My name is Chris.
My name is Michaela Koo.
My name is Somin.
My name is Danielle. I'm 20 years old and I'm currently in my third year of concurrent education at Queen's.
I am 19. I go to U of T. I study kinesiology.
I go to OCAD. I study industrial design and I'm in my final year.
I'm currently 20 years old and I became a Connect leader last year because I did it back in grade 11 and it was just a really eye-opening experience for me, being a Korean Canadian.
I was a participant in Connect actually in grade 11, and that's how I became a leader this year and last year. So this is my fourth year at Connect.
I was at a placement at an internship and my manager happened to be part of KCSF and he ran by me. We were the only Korean Canadians in the whole company, so he ran by me at Connect and I replied right away.
I don't know where my mother got the information, but my mom was the one who led me to Connect, and I'm so glad that she did.
So home for me is Mississauga, Ontario, and I loved growing up there. I liked how it was like a mix of suburbs and city.
I was born in Canada and I had moved from small town to small town. In my graduating class in high school, out of 125, I was probably 1 out of 3 or 4 Asians. I didn't really have anyone to connect with, and for the most part, I just was very isolated from any sort of community related to my culture and background.
At the age of 10, I moved to New Zealand. I went to elementary school there, and then I went to Michigan for my middle school, so went all the way to the States, and now I am here as of high school. I thought I was just kind of in-betweener.
It's kind of funny, like when I was younger, I didn't really associate myself with being a Korean Canadian. I kind of just wanted to fit in with more like my Canadian side because that's what I saw in school and like in movies and all that. I'm proud of it now, like I'm really happy to be a Korean Canadian, but it was definitely a little bit of a struggle growing up.
This organization stood out to me because it kind of highlighted, like, this is your identity. And yeah, there are people just like you who feel like they're in between, and this is a place for them. So that's kind of, I didn't really think about my identity until I came across this organization.
When I went to Connect in grade 11, I was a bit of an introvert, but then having talked to a lot of other Korean Canadians that were very similar to me, which I had not met before, definitely it created the sense of friendship and family, and even to the point where it brought me back as leader.
Going through this whole Connect process now, I feel that I grew more respect towards Korean community, proud that you are Korean Canadian. So I think that definitely helps, and rooting that mindset to even younger kids at Connect is also really helpful and boosts your confidence. Studying design, especially at a design school, everyone talks about you have to empathize with the user.
Building relationships is like the first thing that I want to do with every student that I meet, because if you don't build that relationship first, then it's hard for them to trust you and hard for them to want to learn from you, if that makes sense.
But at Connect, it's like, yes, I have been in their situation. I know what it's like to grow up as a Korean Canadian. So I feel that I have more confidence that I could empathize with them. So I think empathy is key, and that's what makes everyone really authentic.
Yeah. Leadership means to me that that no one gets left behind. In terms of team setting, that the team is as strong as its weakest link. So taking consideration into everyone's skill sets and work ethics, but also collaboration is really important in terms of being close to everyone in relationship-wise, and being a family rather than a leader.
So to me, being a leader is putting others before you, but also positively influencing them and helping them and kind of guiding them into the direction so that they can reach their full potential.
A lot of people think that leadership is being really extrovert and being really loud, having like this energy, but we foster a lot of leaders who are very silent, who always is much more thoughtful, doing actions more than words.
Learning to work with other people and just like becoming flexible and adapting in certain situations is something that I learned with Connect.
I'm also finding my leadership style through designing those activities. It's not for just the high school students. I learn way more seeing them doing our activities, so I think that's kind of one of the beauty for just also like university leaders and also high school students.
Like I'm a Connect leader right now, but I think being put into this situation has really opened up my views of like not only being a Korean Canadian, but learning how to embrace that. And especially with high school, like I wish I went to Connect when I was in high school, and I wish I had like a really close leader kind of guiding me throughout the way.
Because I know the structure of the camp, I've been both participant and leader already. I think this year I can definitely learn a lot from other leaders. I learned a lot from past leaders, I've learned a lot from this year's leaders, but also I think I will learn a lot from like students nowadays, like in high school, and what they're going through, how I can sort of approach different people, and it'll help with my own like social skills as well.
I like the environment of Connect because everyone's very open and everyone it feels like we rely on each other a lot. Just is overall a very fun time.
Before Connect, I never knew how to network, and now that I'm in university, I realize how important networking is. But at the camp, they make it very safe, like a very safe environment and a very fun, friendly way to learn how to network.
This becomes like a common ground for all the Korean Canadian people, Korean Canadian community to come together and build lasting relationships. And I think that's what I really like about Connect.
If you're thinking about joining Connect, you should definitely do it. It's a very rewarding and inspiring and humbling experience. You get to work with a lot of different passionate and hardworking Korean Canadian individuals from all different fields and interests, and this whole project is just really awesome, and we really hope the best for our participants. So if you're thinking about applying, then you definitely should.
KCSF, thank you so much.
Thank you so much to KCSF and to all the other sponsors and donors. Without you guys, this project would not have been possible.
It is a great memory to both participants and as leaders, and it is overall such a great opportunity for high school students and university students and young professionals to gather together and really develop the Korean Canadian community within Toronto.
Connect is definitely something that helps high school students and helps them with their future decisions and the different paths that they want to lead to. So it's with all of your help that we can make this possible. So thank you so much.